By Wednesday morning this week, I really thought we were finally going to get our first slow AI news week in a while, but boy was I wrong. We had big releases from pretty much every major AI company out there over the past few days. We got a new Gemini app, the new Perplexity Personal Computer, which I've been testing out, a new Claude model, some new updates to NotebookLM, and a lot more. So let's get into all of it. We've got a lot to cover. My name is Paul J. Lipsky, and here on this channel, I talk about the AI news and updates that you actually care about. This isn't for coders or developers. This is how AI can actually help you in your everyday life. Let's talk about the most viral update from this past week. Anthropic, the creator of Claude, has released a new model, Opus 4.7. Obviously, this is an upgrade from their prior model, Opus 4.6. And arguably, this is the most powerful publicly available model out there to date. Now, Anthropic has released alongside that the benchmarks for this new model, but I don't spend a lot of time on this channel focused on benchmarks. You can think of these like tests that the AI model has to go through, and then it gets a score based on how well it does. So theoretically, the better it does on all of these tests, the better it's going to perform on real-world tasks. However, that's not really the way that it shakes out. These benchmarks, there are ways that the results can be manipulated or the model can be trained specifically to get better scores on the benchmarks. And really, what matters at the end of the day is how it performs when you actually use it. Now, you can already test this out for yourself. Just come into Claude and on the dropdown, select Opus 4.7 and just try it out for yourself. Some people aren't going to notice really any difference with it, and that's okay. It really depends on the type of task that you do. And lots of people have reported they don't really see a difference. Some people have reported that they like it better, and other people say they hate it, and they're actually switching back to Opus 4.6. Personally, I've been using it, and I have noticed a difference on certain tasks. For certain things, it is noticeably better, but for other things, I'm not really noticing a huge difference. So I think this is good, moving in the right direction, but this isn't something groundbreaking. It's just a little bit better. While we have the Claude app open, let's talk about the other new update. The Claude app now looks different. It used to have co-work and regular chat and Claude Code up here at the top. That's now over here on the left. There are also some other design changes, so anytime you have a scheduled task, they're all going to be neatly organized right here. You would have to click on each schedule task and then you'll see all of them listed out, but it's just more neatly organized. So just kind of more of a minimal, streamlined look. I like it. I don't think it was really necessary to make a change, but hey, it works. It looks a little bit nicer. So that was all the Claude AI news I had for you for this past week, but literally as I was recording this video, I got a tweet letting me know that there is a brand new Claude tool called Claude AI Design. So I've only been playing with this for a few minutes, but I'm already super impressed with it. So this is a design tool that is powered by Claude. You can prototype things, create slide decks, create things from templates like animations or motion graphics or other. So I will definitely be exploring this a lot more because I've only really tried this out for a few minutes, but let me show you what I've made so far. So the first thing was a slide deck for this video. I just gave it the script for this video. This is what it looks like. I mean, that looks really nice. It goes through everything I'm covering in this video, except for this because it wasn't in the original outline. And I have to say the slide deck looks awesome. Now, by comparison, I gave the same prompt and the same outline to Claude Cowork directly, and this is the PowerPoint that it put together for me. Also looks really nice. And this was another one, the same exact prompt again, but this time I asked it to create an HTML version. So I tend to like these a little bit better than PowerPoint, although as you see, it got really messed up here. A lot of it's cut off. So this is really messy. This wasn't a good job. Overall, I would say that this is a lot better than in the past. I think Opus 4.7, maybe for visuals like presentations and websites, is a lot better. But the presentation created by Claude Design looks better to me. I really like it a lot. And I think part of the reason for that is because when you send it a prompt, it will ask you a lot of questions about what your presentation should look like and what it should be about. So I think this is also part of the reason why it ends up looking so nice, because it asks you so many questions. The other thing I tested were motion graphics. I sent it a prompt that said motion graphic that represents these benchmarks, and then just sent it a screenshot of those benchmarks I showed you earlier. That was all I gave it. And here's what it came up with. And I gotta say, this is super impressive. This was so easy to make. And I'm sure with better prompting, I can get it exactly to look the way that I want. This is something that I've struggled with. I've had motion graphics like this before in my YouTube videos, and I hate making them because they're honestly a pain to make. And there hasn't been a great program for making them. But this, you may start to see motion graphics in my videos now because this is so easy to make. So yeah, initial impressions of Claude Design are really high. I think this thing is really cool. I will probably make an entire video about this. If that interests you, let me know in the comments section down below. And I'm sure that I can find a lot of great use cases for this. Let's move on now to the Gemini news for the week. And the biggest update is that we now have a Mac app for Gemini, finally. Now, I made an entire video about this, but I'll just summarize my thoughts right now for you. I think the app looks really nice, super sleek and minimal. I love that even when you have it closed, you can hold down Option and press spacebar and activate it from anywhere. So you can quickly ask a question to Gemini. There are some things, though, that are frustrating about it. So first of all, there are no gems or notebooks. So that's a big step back, in my opinion. And while everything works, nothing works as well as the web version. So for instance, I had to create this image for me, so that works well. I had to create this song for me, that works well. But other stuff, like I use Canvas to create this poem. Normally in Canvas, there's a way that you can actually edit it yourself, and there are a lot of editing options in here. None of that exists. Again, no gems, no notebooks, so a little bit frustrating. Hopefully all that stuff is added soon. The biggest reason I'm using this is honestly for that option plus spacebar, just to be able to initiate this from anywhere. And so, yeah, I think this does need a little bit of work, but at least we have it. At least the framework is there and they can now improve it. The other interesting update to Gemini is that now Nano Banana 2, their image generation tool, uses personal intelligence to give Gemini an understanding of your preferences and interests when generating images. So the images that it creates for you will be more personalized. And if you turn on things like Google Photos and the connection to that, it can actually use photos of you or anyone else in your photos to create images that are more tailored to you. So I tried this out. I asked it to create an image that really represents me, and this is what it made. Honestly, it kind of cracks me up. It just feels like it's trying a little bit too hard. It went through all my chats, everything that we've talked about, and it knows that I'm into fly fishing, so it's just threw this random fly fishing rod in my hand while I'm sitting at a desk, because it probably knows I spend a lot of time diving into different AI tools and at my desk. It knows I'm into Ninja Warrior, so it didn't give me a Ninja Warrior award. It gave me a Ninja Warrior participation certificate, which I thought was very funny. There's a picture of a dog down here. That's not my dog, but I don't think it has a photo of my dog, so I'll give it some credit there. And then it knows I work on YouTube videos, so it has a YouTube video up here. That's one of mine. And that's Colorado in the background. So that's pretty cool that it recognized that I live in Colorado and even matched the background. So it's pretty funny. I think it tried a little bit too hard, but it did nail it. It did get everything right. So that is kind of fun. The next update I have for you is actually for Gemini inside of Chrome. I'm sure you already know that if you're in Chrome and click on the top right here where it says Ask Gemini, you can use Gemini in Chrome, and this can not only answer questions for you, but actually take action and take over your browser. They have added something new called skills. So if you have a prompt you use over and over again, you can turn it into a skill that you can easily invoke just by doing a / and then typing in the name of the skill. Now, this is currently rolling out, and I don't have access to it, even though I am on the highest Gemini tier. I come over to the skill section, there's nothing here. So hopefully I will get this soon, and I'll report back to you guys when I do, but I don't have it yet. The final bit of news I have for you is that if you are on a Google AI Pro plan, There's currently a deal going on. You can get 50% off YouTube Premium for a full year. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that so you don't miss out on that deal. I have YouTube Premium. I think it is worth it so you don't have to watch all the ads. So if you want to try it out, you get an entire year for it, 50% off. Next, we're going to talk about Perplexity Personal Computer. This is their new AI tool, and this could end up being one of the most powerful consumer-level AI tools out there. People are calling it an OpenClaw killer. But before we do that, let's hear from today's sponsor, i10x. i10x is your all-in-one platform that gives you access to every major AI model in one workspace. Coming into the dashboard, you can start a normal chat down here, but what makes this different is that you're not limited to the models from just one company like OpenAI. You get OpenAI's models like GPT-5 Mini or GPT 5.4, Google's models like Gemini 3.1 Pro, Grok 4, we have Claude 4.6 Sonnet, DeepSeek, and ZAI. So you can choose exactly which model you want, or you can leave it on auto and it will automatically select the best model for the job. In addition to that, you can go over to Chat Arena, choose two different models like GPT 5.2 and maybe Grok Code Fast, and give it one prompt and see which reply you like better. For image generation, that's got you covered. You can use GPT Image 1.5, Nano Banana, or Nano Banana Pro, as well as a few others to create images. For video generation, we have some of the best models like Sora 2, Kling version 1.6, and Google Veo 3.1. For more advanced workflows, you can come into automations. There's something in here called workflows. These use AI to connect third-party apps. So when actions are taken in one app, they automatically trigger, the AI takes over, and then something is updated in another app. So this really unlocks a lot of powerful AI workflows for you. There are a bunch of other features in here as well, so you can set up folders for your chats. There are agent builders. You can do deep research. You can chat with PDFs. And the best part is it starts at just $8 a month if you go with annual billing, or $10 a month if you pay month to month. That includes 5,000 uses of basic models, 200 uses of advanced models, and 2,500 credits for things like image and video generation. But for just $17.50 a month, you get unlimited use of basic models, unlimited use of advanced models, and 7,500 i10x credits. If you want to try it out for yourself, a link for i10x will be in the description down below, along with a coupon code to get an additional 10% off. And thank you, i10x, for sponsoring this video. Moving on, we have to talk now about Perplexity Personal Computer. So first, what is this thing? It's a new app for Mac Minis that's designed to be left on 24/7. And with it enabled, it can control your Mac Mini. It can connect to local files, it can connect to your reminders, your notes, your mail, and can take action across your entire computer. People are calling it a OpenClaw killer, or something that's similar to Claude Cowork. And it really seems like this could be something that is extremely powerful. I've been able to get access to it and I've been testing it. So this is Personal Computer. It's the same Perplexity app you may have already downloaded for your Mac, but once you get access to Personal Computer, in addition to seeing your regular Perplexity chats, you'll also get access to your Personal Computer tasks. Now, I just want you to keep in mind that my version of it has a small bug. So you'll see right here that I can't see my tasks that I've already completed or started. The team is aware of this. They are working with me to fix this. It seems like it's affecting a very small number of users, but I've still been able to test this out and use it and see at least some of the capabilities. So let me close this out. I'll show you some of the cool stuff it can do. So first of all, you can bring this up from anywhere just by holding down both command keys. And then you have the prompt box right here. This can access local files. It can control apps. It can control your entire computer. One of the standout features of it, though, is if you connect a folder, then it can actually watch that folder. So you'll see right here, I connected this folder and it can watch for changes. So if you add any files to that folder or make any changes to files in that folder, it will automatically trigger. And you may have seen that up here on the top right. You may have seen all these things popping up. And that's because the folders that are already being watched, there are files that are being added to them and files that are being updated. and Perplexity says, oh, something's happening over there. Let me check what's going on. And to show you an example of that, here's one of the folders that are being monitored. I'll just duplicate one of the files in here. That should then trigger. Yep, see it up there? It just triggered it. And so now if I click on that, I can see the task this way. Here it is, and you can see that this is the file system event. I added a new file, and it says noted. This file was just created. So what you can set up is a workflow where you tell it, anytime a new file is added to a certain folder, do a certain action. Once they work out the bugs for this, I am so excited for this. This is going to unlock so many different possibilities. I can see workflows where I will take outlines from my YouTube videos, throw them into a folder, and Personal Computer will automatically create a presentation for that, like a slide deck. Or another one where I dump different tasks into a folder. And once it sees that the task hits that folder, it will automatically start executing those tasks. I think there's a lot of possibilities. So very excited for this. Once the bugs are worked out and I'm able to make a full video on it, I will definitely make one for the channel. So if that interests you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's move on to NotebookLM now, because there are some cool updates to this as well. So when you open up any notebook now, and you scroll up to the top of the chat, you can customize the art up here and the description. So clicking on customize, let me upload an image. It's recommended you do something that's 16 by 9 so it fits well in here. There we go. You can change the title here, and you can even set a custom notebook summary. Done. So that's pretty nice. The other bit of news I heard is that, as I'm sure you know, we now have an integration between Gemini and notebooks. So here inside of Gemini, I have the same notebook open, the Ninja Warrior one, and any chats that you start in here are saved down here. And this is bidirectional, so all your chats are going to show up as a source inside your notebook. And what I learned is that these chats don't count against your notebook limits. So chat away as much as you want. It won't add against your limits within your notebook. So I know a lot of you had a question about that. And the other thing I know a lot of people were asking me is, okay, so you have sources inside of a notebook. And when you chat with that notebook here, none of this is used for training. So even though with Gemini, if you just start a normal chat, anything you chat in here is going to help train Gemini. NotebookLM and the sources you used are not used to train Gemini's models. So the question is, well, what if you chat with that notebook inside of Gemini? And from what I've heard, this is still not used for training. So you can still put your sources in here, chat with them inside of Gemini, and it will not be used for model training. And the final bit of good news is that the notebook integration is now available to free users as well. Previously, it was only paid. It is now rolling out to free users, so you should be seeing it really soon. I don't think it's available worldwide yet though, so just be patient if you're in other parts of the world. So those are all the AI updates from the past week that I think actually matter. But I'm sure by the time this video comes out, there will be even more updates, and that's why I make an update video like this every single week. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next one. Then go down in the comment section and let me know which of these updates you are most excited about. Have you tried any of these, like the new app for the MacBook or Perplexity Computer? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Then if you want my full review of the Gemini app for Mac, click on this video right here. I go over all the features of it and how you can use it. So definitely check out this video, and I'll see you over there in 1 second. Bye for now.